Because no matter how good you are, if you just go with the flow, you don't count. Not much, G. There are only two choices, to be apathetic or to go with the flow. But I choose to be an independent human being. Apathy is a person who doesn't believe change can be made. If there are people struggling, there is no way. The situation is as it is now. Bringing Maleka in to be president, it can't be done. That's called apathy. Extremely pessimistic figures are not sure at all that change can be made. Resigned. If you are apathetic, the connotation is usually rather negative. Anyway, we are already broken. What is good, destroy everything, and then make a new one. That's called apathy. Not sure change can be made. Our disease is extremely acute. Society has been destroyed. Westbokoya, we are just waiting for the apocalypse. That's called hopelessness. Not sure change can be made. There are people like this, he said, G. There's the second one, the one who just goes with the flow. Others go north, keep going north. Make a YouTube channel, follow suit to make a YouTube channel. Others do what, I do what. Others do pranks, then make pranks too. In the end, it's all about pranks. So a prank is shocking once or twice. If you prank every day, people are no longer surprised, no longer wow. I'm afraid if you prank every day, prank is another name for lying, not being serious, playing pranks. The quirk is that when you're serious, people think you're a prankster. Later, when you really need help, people think it's a joke. Usually like that, later we will help you prank. Don't get to that point, then we have to be careful. Okay, so after self-constitution, don't be apathetic. Don't just go with the flow. Be an independent human being. Apathetic people don't do anything. People who go with the flow also don't do anything. They are both passive. Be an independent person. We humans are given a lot of potential, a lot of facilities by God. Yes, use it. We have a duty as Khalifa. Go for it. Don't just complain or don't just go with the flow. Be a human being who has value. Be a human being who matters. So the first land to have value is to be an independent human being. Why do you have to be free? Because no matter how good you are, if you just have to, you don't count. So it doesn't count. God, you're just tagging along. There's no value. So be an independent person. The good you do is the result of your own decision. I often give examples of even crimes if you just follow along. In philosophical terms, that's often called having no value. Maybe even if the police ask you what kind of case you have, I don't know, sir. I'm just following along. The punishment will go down. So first, be independent. If you have explained who you are, what your constitution is, now free yourself. Be independent. Is it not okay, sir, to follow many people? If it's good, then follow your own decision. So, it's not because you're following people, you're an independent person. I often say there are two types of freedom. There's freedom from, there is freedom for. Freedom from is freedom from. Many people always associate freedom with freedom from. So freedom from attachment, freedom from enumeration, freedom from anything. Freedom from might be hard, but there's more to it. Freedom for, if we are free from attachment, what do we want to do? That's hard. If it's freedom from, the enemy is clear. I have to free myself from this, from that. I don't want to be held by this. I don't want to be held by that. Once free, what do you want to do? It takes a smart person. It takes an independent person. It takes a person who can decide. Otherwise, in the end, you end up following something, following someone, following a group of people, creating new attachments, not being free. I was once in front of a lot of people wanting to do a study. The theme hadn't been set. Once I was free, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's free. Any theme please suggest? Then there was a lot of nerengeng. Finally, it was any, sir. What is the theme? It turns out that it's not easy to freedom fall. So people usually want to be guided. Why? Because many people tend to be passive, rather lazy. Once freedom falls, what do? Like that student. Please make a paper about this. Usually, they are free to make a paper like this, but they want to be guided. How many pages, sir? How many spaces, sir? You have to invite and then ask. Salamul Ebu, then it gets organized. If you don't organize it here, you yourself ask to be organized. It turns out that even though you're a student, you can't. Yes, who are you? Yes, normally it's a paper. So many pages with footnotes. With that, right? Sometimes you instruct yourself. At least how many books, sir? References you know? Not to mention the ones that are not regulated, you ask to be regulated. Finally, the lecturer makes the rules and cramps yourself. So your building is empty, you ask to be filled, not you fill it yourself. So independence is like an empty building. You are the one who fills it. So don't misunderstand. It's just a starting point, not a destination. From there, we start the journey of coloring the life of the nation and state. That's in national terms. Personally, freedom means our step after building our own constitution.